Today we say goodbye to Season 3 of Chapter 3 as we await downtime for Season 4 to commence on the 18th of September 2022 at 2 AM ET, and with us being in the story trailer 2 in today's video. So one last time, for vibing's sake, it's vital you stick around until the end of the video, as you also just witnessed a mirror get smashed, which means 7 years bad luck if you don't. I wouldn't risk it. However, very quickly before we dive into it all, one favour I ask of you guys, considering it takes 2 seconds and is 100% free to do, is enter my creator code FM1 3 digits inside the Fortnite item shop. You guys already know this not only puts a giant smile on my face, but cheers up my pug Gus too, who's been kinda sad about the fact he knows that 70% of all eyes watching right now are not subscribed. Of course, soon is going to be hundreds of Chapter 3 Season 4 battle passes. So if you ever want to receive something, simply make sure you subscribe to the channel with all notifications turned on, in front of hundreds of thousands of eyes to see in the next video. But with all that said, now let's dive into our final Season 3 video regarding all the Season 4. Regarding the story trailer, as you guys know, in Chapter 3 Season 2, we got the innovation not only of Zero Bill, but this being integrated into the storyline expressed through that a while back and got worked on multiple times or updated in the files this season. Believe it or not too, in the Device Live event of Chapter 2 Season 2, this was the first time it was kind of glitched into game early, or revealed that Epic Games could possibly do this, because look at how it would work. Honestly, with Zero Build integrated now, perhaps with no building too, because yeah, that would appeal more to the first person aspect of Fortnite. These motorcycles. Of course, this season, Chapter 3 Season 3, or vibing, whatever you want to call it, introduced while riding animals or mounting them to traverse around the island. Now and then, yes, of course, you do see people cranking 90s like skyscraper heights high in the sky. Regardless, at the start of this season, considering the similarities for how we ride animals to riding motorcycles in real life, obviously people were able to determine from coding being updated regarding this new vehicle that they would be upcoming at some point, and they've even been further updated just like First Person was, not only once throughout this season but multiple times. This time last chapter, cars were already introduced, being the land vehicle that revolutionized Fortnite, so I'm just saying, considering point we'll find out in downtime if this is the case before servers go live again. But speaking of the update, 0.00 releases on Sunday, September 18th, with downtime beginning at 2 AM Eastern Time that we already mentioned. And what's more interesting about this tweet is what's mentioned at the bottom. Please note patch sizes will... Here's a few time zones that downtime will be commencing in, of course, because it differs depending on where you live in the world, but possibly even more than that based off what we're about to mention. So for those that don't know, inside leaks initially surfaced about Gwen Stacy or Spider survey skin that Fortnite had released for us to look at early. Of course, these weren't the first teasers, however, the initial one that leaked very early from Nintendo was this Hand of the Paradigm, what we thought initially was sinking into goo, a version or the new suited up one that we physically have only seen in-game in the Collision Live event voiced by Brie Larson. As for the final teaser, this chrome-consumed hand entirely before it, well, goes underneath the chrome substance that this hand seems to be sinking into. Data confirmed it's this character, considering, yeah, we can see the chrome hands already. But speaking of the surveys and what we saw at the end of the Season 3 Chapter 3 cinematic, of course we can't forget a Queen or the Bloom Watcher. This character, for those that don't know too, was next to Malik on the surveys that were initially released. Of course, we see more of this character in the cinematic or going forward in the storyline, as I'm very intrigued. Cinematic or story trailer for Chapter 3 Season 4. Again, with reference also back to the Collision Live event, the last live event or storyline related thing occurring within Fortnite that we could all partake in. A certain moment allowed us to see 2 characters falling into the 0 point, and believe it or not, it's been determined from the coding that these 2 were the Imagined and Geno, which are also shown in the Fortnite x Marvel Zero War comics. This implies from falling into the 0 point they were transported to the Marvel universe, where all of this has been. Despite discussing the entire story of this, what's more interesting is not only the reveal of Geno, which actually matches up to another skin, but at the end of the comic book of the 5th issue, the final one releasing on the 28th, that we already have revealed, as you can see, which of course makes sense considering Geno founded or is the leader of the Imagined. Regardless, initially when this page leaked, we thought Geno and the Imagined, before Geno got even introduced into Fortnite the actual game, were dying. Thankfully, with another strip of this comic book surfacing, Battle Pass, but also the Fortnite reality or cinematic story trailer as a main protagonist, despite of course Brie Larson being underneath as a man. Many people are talking about this, and for those that don't know, the reason for it is because not only do we know 90% confirmed, as Hypex states, that she did voice the 7 once revealed. Speaking of today's thumbnail, Geno, and also correlating to the story trailer and what's going to be happening during it, Chapter 3 Season 4 will last on screen right now. Of Fortnite exclusive events of the year, with us already expecting to see the return of the Storm King, considering this was updated in the game's coding, and some sort of Halloween goo boss to do with the chrome that's spreading around the island now that we know is not goo, but yeah, liquid chrome. Combined with the fact sand tunneling has been updated, so we're potentially going to be able to do this with the chrome sludge spread around the island once again. As of right now, we don't entirely know what's causing this, but the speculation of... Initially, for those that don't know, in Chapter 1 Season 5, there was only 1 cube that spawned in on the outskirts of Paradise Palms from a strike of lightning. Large to Season 8, there were many cubes. cubes, of which were the colours blue, purple and gold. At this time too that nobody seems to remember, however, there was a red cube underneath the map as an event placeholder for the Chapter 2 end event or finale of it. There's gold, blue, purple, and also red that many people have begun to spot. This made players believe we're going to be seeing this red cube at some point. What makes players even further think that it's going to be upcoming in Chapter 3 Season 4, however, is from this decoration teased right in front of our eyes that we know Epic Games do at red 1, which is in the representation form of a dice, which actually is showing the number 4, implying maybe it's upcoming in Chapter 3 Season 4. Honestly, once Season 4 starts, I feel like it'll be too much to comprehend. With the near start of Fortnitemares, as we previously mentioned, another event will be kicking off, being the 5th annual birthday of Fortnite Battle Royale on September 26th, 2022. Map props have already been updated in the game's files to look like this, the birthday cakes that we can dance around, which obviously in doing so, or challenges surrounding the birthday event itself, will unlock us free rewards. Speaking of presents but not for a birthday, what Fortnite have been sending out to content creators, as you guys may or may not have seen, then this egg turning chrome, and finally last but not least what's most relevant, this cereal Llama-O's turning chrome and everything in the background. Despite Epic Games sending literal Llama-O's cereal to some content creators, which I think is a really cool prop, especially to have collected just to say or mark in history you got sent it from Fortnite. Something again that everybody has the opportunity to see, but if they go to Times Square only on one of the billboards, is, well, the manufacturing process being shown through the Fortnite Paradise factory, as you can see, of Llama-O's, which is interesting, but at the same time kind of annoying. We don't know right now what Llama-O's or cereal or chrome has to do with the next season. Things we definitely can't forget about, however, are very controversial in terms of the vehicles that were initially added, being not only the updated mech that we saw in Season X that returned in Chapter 2 Season 8, which for those that don't know is most likely this Hulkbuster initially revealed in the Fortnite X Marvel Zero War comics constructed by the 7 in the Marvel Universe, but also for those that have forgotten, considering nobody seems to be talking about these, the updated planes that were initially introduced in Chapter 1 Season 7. Make sure you slap a like in today's video if you enjoyed or want to keep referring back to any of the leaks, and speaking of more leaks pouring out, make sure you subscribe to the channel now with all notifications